Arsenal going eyeball to eyeball with their rivals one more time. A day for parading of colours, a day for pride, a day for partisanship, perhaps a day for personalities who will prevail over what could potentially turn into 90 minutes of bedlam. It's time we ask that age-old question again: who is going to come out on top this time? Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So bring it on.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a game where the two key words are pride and courage, Peter. Pride in that you have to be prepared to fight for everything, and courage to be daring, to stand up and to commit yourself.
Things already rolling. Martinelli. Now it's Foden. Now, can they get him away? That is ended up in no man's land. Now it's Saka. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, this fella Rico Lewis, Peter, is developing beautifully, because from the very moment he started appearing in the first team, he had a courage about him, a fearlessness. He always wanted to get on the ball. He never shied away from anything, and he was almost like a senior player, and dominating, leading, insisting that things are done the way he wanted them done. And he's only going to develop that throughout the rest of his career and come on stronger and stronger.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Calafiori makes the interception. Timber.
That's going in strongly.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Not the most accurate pass. Oh, a delicate chip through. That's a shade optimistic. Now it's Haaland. And here's Saka. Can he get on the end of this? Rodri cuts out the pass. And the finish! Goal! Arsenal! And there is your opener. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Distributed tidily. Tries to pass it through. Gyökeres. And it's Zubimendi. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Foden. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And here's Martinelli. Martinelli. Zubimendi picks it up out wide.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Reinders. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, he's found support out wide. He's got away. Takes aim and crosses. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Great vision. Now that's well seen too. Saka. Now Timber. Saka. Oh, that's a key interception. Now it's Haaland. Zubimendi. Gyökeres. And here's Martinelli.
That's a shame, because it was such a good decision.
Reinders. Spread out to the left. That's an imaginative pass. No, he's just misjudged that one. Rodri.
Arsenal really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Now it's Doku. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Now this could be a chance. Haaland! Haaland! That is brilliant! He's got himself an absolute peach. They are right back in business.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here. Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Martinelli. That looks a cracking ball.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Great, he's had a shot! Goal! Arsenal! And they're back in front. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment. Well, that's the end of the first 45. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Arsenal are leading by 1 in a finely poised game. It's 2-1 at half-time. And we are back underway. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Deflected behind for a corner kick.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Oh, good effort! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. It's their second corner of the game. Saka! Same again, same outcome.
Arsenal really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Reinders. It's not an especially good pass, that. And he's quick to return it. Lewis. And it's Kovacic. Ruben Dias. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Looking for the run. Well timed, excellent interception. Gabriel.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose. Oh no, what has happened here? Ruben Dias. Guardiola, who does have an assist to his name. Here's Rodri. Yehi. And it's Kovacic. Here's Rodri. And here's Foden. Martinelli. Pass somewhat off target. This looks promising. Passing is crisp and sharp. Yehi. And it's Rodri. Now Ruben Dias. And here's Haaland. In with the challenge. Over to the right flank.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
And he's picked it up out wide. In by Saka. Oh, well played. Now there's the clearance.
Foden.
Now it's Haaland. Little pass back. Rice. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And the ball is out of play. Out for a throw. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Martinelli! And a neat finish! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control.
That's all it can take, Peter. One loose pass with the pressure on, and you've had it.
Arsenal now in a position far more desirable.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
Reinders. Haaland. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Here's Rodri. And it's Kovacic. That's been cut out, well played. Gyökeres. It's played through for him. Now it's Rice. Oh, that's a fine interception. Real chance! And it's there! Up by 3. They have their boot on the throats of their foes. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Arsenal visibly comfortable, now up by 3.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Ruben Dias. Kovacic. Lewis. Haaland just eases him off the ball. And here's Martinelli. Foden. Now it's Haaland. Aims beyond the defence. Decent chance! Goal! They will take that. They are absolutely ripping it up. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there.
And a shot! It's a goal! And this is getting ridiculous. Borderline crazy.
Well, it's a goal fest, and the fact it's so one-sided now is getting scary.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
This is a and a chance! Brought out the best in the keeper.
A moment to try and place the cherry on the cake.
Martinelli! And that has faded wide.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Rodri. Lewis. Reinders. Foden. Turns back here, probably the best option. Gyökeres. Chance! In he goes again! And he's stuck it away! And the chasm continues to widen. A brutal statement that underpins where these teams are at.
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised.
He's got 4. That is remarkable. And that's it. Arsenal really have hit the heights, a tour de force that has left their opponents reeling, and that is what tends to happen when they do their thing. Gyökeres, very much the hero in this game. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. My name's Peter Drury and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Pass is coming off in quick succession. Well, Pedro! He's got away with one there.
That's great reading of the game and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression.
Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today? Oh, that is asking for trouble. And the shots! They've scored! Minimal lapse, maximum punishment. How that hurts.
Oh, how can they be so careless, Peter? It's too casual. They were never going to get away with that kind of sloppiness.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And the shots! And it's in! They have heard the starter's pistol and come racing out of the blocks. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Oh no, what has happened here? There's the shot! They're threatening to fly away here. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
And here's Haaland. It's loose and there's a race for the ball.
Haaland really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
That is ended up in no man's land. He's in plenty of space here. Haaland back and defending. Fernandez. Now it's João Pedro. Guardiola. Threads one in. Decent chance! Oh, good finish. Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
Chelsea are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Foden receives it in a wide position. He's got away. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Pass is just off target. Fernandez. Guardiola. Just eases him off the ball. Chalobah. That's a pretty loose pass. Aim forwards. Looking to play him in. Kovacic. Now it's Haaland. Time and again they are repelled. Gehi gets across to intercept that. Great ball, real chance! And he hits the net. They are purring, truly purring.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways.
He's got 4. That is remarkable. This is a gloriously greedy performance. Chelsea have it back and can go again. Vardiol. Rodri. Reinders. Here's Haaland.
Chelsea couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Vardiol. In with the challenge. Played out to the left flank. Now it's Pedro. Pedro Neto in Akers. And he shoots! He's put his foot right through that one.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter, and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Spread out to the left. Aimed beyond the defence. Can he finish? Oh, almost a 6th.
Chelsea really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
And the referee has signalled for half-time. Well, what a half they've had. Cruising to victory, and it's only half-time. Astonishing.
Well, for me, it's a lead that's thoroughly deserved, Peter. They've been quicker to pretty much everything so far. The only thing you've got to wonder is, how taxing is this for the players? How long can they keep it up for? Are we going to see a fade in this second half?
Chelsea have had it all their own way, so... Great chance! And there's a goal! And this is getting ridiculous. Borderline crazy.
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. And it's Reinders. Now this could be a chance. He's in a great position here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Pedro. Now it's Fernandez. Always goal side. Can he finish? Loose ball. Oh, what has happened here? Vardiol. Reinders. Kovacic. Pedro. Now that looks a decent ball. Lewis. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Cucurella providing an outlet on that flank.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
Kovacic. Passing is crisp and sharp. That's a good ball out wide. That's the throw. Foden. Kovacic. Not the most accurate pass. Pedro Neto. And here's Palmer. James. Nicely shaped ball. Thinks about the shot. Reinders. Kovacic. And it's Kovacic. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Now it's Pedro Neto. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Kovacic. Here's Haaland. It's a really well-measured ball. Fernandes, 2 assists to his credit already. Reinders. Can he get it through? Colwell calmly anticipates. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Now it's João Pedro. Nice interception, well timed. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Just about up to 75 minutes. Now it's João Pedro. Shapes to shoot! Oh, denied at the last.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
And now they can spring out of defence. Reinders.
Chelsea are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way-through zone.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Engages and forces him off the ball. James. A probing pass. No, he's just misjudged that one. Guardiola. Kovacic. Foden. Reinders. This is a promising build-up. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Oh, good spread.
Manchester appear determined to play through the middle again, and guess what? It's the same result.
Reinders. Now it's Haaland. Over to the right flank. Now it's Foden. 5 minutes left on the clock. Well, that has not gone well. Dink through. He has a look up.
That's a shame, because it was such a good decision.
Reinders. Now it's Haaland. Kovacic. Guardiola. Always onto this. He's having a shot! He's got a goal! How many? Just how many? The golf in class is vast.
There will be 1 minute added
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And that will be it. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended... So hello and welcome to everybody who has joined us for the build-up to this occasion of ultimate tribalism. And as you would expect, that build-up has been remarkable. They fight here not just for the pride of their manor, but in the ultimate show of one-upmanship. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So the gloves are off, Jim.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a game where the two key words are pride and courage, Peter. Pride in that you have to be prepared to fight for everything, and courage to be daring, to stand up and to commit yourself.
So we're very much on the way now. This is a promising build-up. That has not gone well. And here's Isak. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, this guy, McAllister, is someone I see as the linchpin in this side. He's a playmaker who loves that little left-sided channel to release people further up the pitch. But I also like to see him play centrally at times. I think he's just very, very good in the number 10 position, and he's got a great understanding of that role.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Tries to pass it through. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Oh, that's a key interception. And it's Jones. That's been slipped through.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And the pass is intercepted. McAllister. Jones. He's in a great position here.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. Gakpo. And here's Isak. That has been cut short. Semenyo. Now, what about a counter-attack? Now it's Haaland. And here's Doku. No, he's not getting his way this time. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Not much doubt about who's going to take this one. And we have the first dead ball situation of the game. Promising one. Brilliant save from Alisson. Gravenberg. Mohamed Salah. McAllister. Oh, what has happened here? Chance for a shot! Goal! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Manchester are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So the first moment of real significance.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip. That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Manchester clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Half an hour played now. Matheus Nunes. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Jones kept his eye on it, and he's there. Searching pass he's played there. McAllister. And it's Jones. Frimpong.
Manchester are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Jones. Distributed tidily. Bernardo Silva.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Robertson. Couldn't squeeze it through. Bernardo Silva. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. Oh, important interception. Gravenberg. Some resolute defending there. Frimpong. Looking for the run. Konate deals with that comfortably. Robertson. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Semenyo concedes a free kick for that. Lovely pass, but can he get there? McAllister. Jones. Gravenberg. And it's McAllister. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Jones.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Haaland. McAllister. The referee says that is that for the first half. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Haven't played that badly. Getting caught again on the counter-attack is unlikely. They're switched on to that and still very much in this game.
Goals, goals and more goals. That's been the story of the half. The team separated by the tiniest of margins at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Manchester definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
And he was alert to it. Knocks it into space. Haaland! Oh, what's he giving here? He's given a penalty. So a big, big chance now from 12 yards. Alisson clearly engaging in mind games here. Brilliant save from Alisson!
Oh, once the save was made, the change to both mindsets could be hugely telling now.
Jones. And here's Isak. Out towards the flank. And Gravenberg. And it's Jones. He's a sharp little... And the shot! And he hits the net! They have hauled themselves right back into it!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here. Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And here's Haaland. Haaland! Mighty close.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Robertson.
We're in for an intriguing second half now, contrasting moods that could reverse in a flash.
Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And it's made its way to him. Played out towards the right wing. Tries to play it through. That's a shade optimistic. Liverpool appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Takes a shot! Frimpong. And it's Salah. Jones. McAllister. And Gravenberch. McAllister, who does have an assist to his name. That pass has been well intercepted. Rodri. Semenyo has found the net here, of course. Frimpong gets across to intercept that. Nicely weighted ball. He's cut it out. Looking for a corner. And we have our very first corner. Van Dijk attempts a clearance. Can he get it through? Jones. And it's Salah. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Semenyo. Jones. McAllister. And Robertson. Gakpo. And he's intervened well there. Now it's Haaland, threads one in, nicely spread.
Manchester really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Matheus Nunes, and it's Nunez, and it's Rodri. It's Bernardo Silva. And he's there to clear it. It's their second corner of the game. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Good ball. Real chance! It's a goal! To the lead once more. That is a super smooth goal, beautiful manoeuvring of the ball and splendid authority in the finish.
Speed of thought, speed of action, that's another really clever finish.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, all their effort pays off in the end. It just took that extra bit of dynamism to get them the goal they craved. Manchester really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Now it's Isak. Jones. I think we're just about done here. Ruben Dias spots it and intercepts. McAllister. Pass is just off target. That's a lovely, neat pass. Ake. Vardiol. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Now Semenyo. He's got plenty of space out wide here.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Pass somewhat off target. And that is as far as it goes. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which...